Hello everyone, we're back. And you can see we're at an airport. I think that means we're on another adventure. So we booked some tickets. We're gonna go visit a couple countries. And about a week before we left, I was eating a popsicle and my tooth broke. So I ran to my dentist and I said, you know, I'm leaving in a week. You know, fix my tooth. So he got me in right away. And I just want to give a big shout out to Kevin Shen, my dentist. So he got me in right away, took a look. And Andrew, because we can't fix the tooth. It's broken right at the gum. So he pulled it. So I will tell you that wherever we're going, we're looking for a tooth for me. So yeah, we're going to be looking for a tooth. Oh yeah, and I'll give you a hint. I think things are going to be much cheaper there, like Thailand when we went to the dentist. So this country, we're looking for a tooth for Andrew, and it's sunny, and there's palm trees. That's what I'll tell you. And yeah, we'll see you later in the video, and put it down below if you think you know where we're going, and we'll talk to you soon.
All right, we are at the airport. We're headed out of the country, but we're just waiting for our gate to open in like about an hour and a half, I think. But yeah, we're just here at the Vancouver International Airport, the duty-free zone. Lots of nice expensive things here. There's a Cockroaches, a Hermes. You can buy a really expensive bag at the airport if you want. Lots of places to eat. Bars. A little early for that right now. It's only almost 7 o'clock in the morning. But yeah, the sun is shining. It's going to be a beautiful day to fly. It's getting busier as the morning progresses. But yeah. We'll see you when we get to our destination.
Well, we're en route. So I just want to talk a little bit about booking our tickets. I actually booked online through Expedia, and I paid extra to pick my seats. So I paid $120 a seat. We got the seats. It was 15A and 15B. That was my confirmation. We get to WestJet to check in, and they tell me, well, no, you got to pick your seats. I said, I already picked my seats. I paid extra $120 a seat. They didn't work. We don't care. And yeah, so I don't know. They're saying it's Expedia's fault. And I know when I phone Expedia, they're going to say it's WestJet's fault. I just want everybody to know that we paid like basically an extra $120 to pick our seats, and we didn't get our seats. We paid extra money for Lindsay to bring in carry-on bags, which she didn't do. So we paid $1,000 and got ripped off for about $300 of it. WestJet, never again. Guys, did you figure out where we are? We're in Mexico. So we booked this resort. It was an all-inclusive. The price was very cheap, again, by the road. So this is the place here, Hotel Imperial La Perlas. Now, I'm gonna tell you, do not book here. The place it's a shit pit. It's a shit pit, and none of the staff care about what's going on. Our balcony door would not lock, and we have an adjoining door. Our TV doesn't work. They came up and just left. They haven't come back. And the Wi-Fi doesn't work. So anyways, if you're in this area of Cancun on the hotel zone, Hotel Imperial La Perlas, do not stay here. This is arguably the worst hotel resort I have stayed in my life. It's the worst. I would not book here. Don't book here. It's a ripoff. The place is a shit pit. and it stinks. It stinks. The buffet was a lie. You're gonna see pictures on your Google or wherever you're booking from. It's a complete lie. They literally had 3 items there. One was like spaghetti with hardly any sauce on it, some mashed potatoes and buns, and taco shells. And they would refill taco shells, but there's nothing to put in the tacos. And I'm not even joking. I am not even joking. So if you come to this place, good luck. Good luck. And I said, the staff, I told them, they don't care. They do not care. And from what I've been told, an American guy owns this place. So, you know, this is what your hotel is doing. And I hope you go bankrupt, because this place is a shit pit and your staff needs to be fired, period. And so apparently we've bitched enough that they're going to change the room. Yesterday they were saying they couldn't change the room. Now they're going to change the room. They won't refund the money. We've tried to get the money refunded for the Chichen Itza. They won't refund that money. That's them right there. They're won't refund the money. So the hotel is gonna put us into a ground floor, and hopefully it's better. So we had no internet, no TV, no water pressure. So yeah, we'll show you the new room. Oh, here we are from the resort. It's almost 7 o'clock. Sorry about the glare, but there's the beautiful sunshine. So yeah, you can see a little bit of the resort, and there's not a lot of people here. There is a lot of people, just it's so early, nobody's here. There's a jacuzzi, little pool area. The pool is very small for how many guests they had. The first night we were here, it was packed. The resort was full, and that's all you had for a pool area, is that there. And if you look down on the the beach, there is no beach. You know, I don't want to say a whole bunch of horrible things about the resort. It's budget travel, right? It's a budget resort. But you know, you got a little area here where you can sit. But the swimming, yeah, there's weeds all out there, and it's a pretty bad smell here actually too. We think it's the seaweed that's rotting on the beaches. If you walk up about 5 minutes from the resort toward the hotel zone, that smells. Yeah, we didn't smell it anymore. So, but yeah, resort in the morning before everybody gets up. This is going to be the eating area. We got an all-inclusive, so we get breakfast, lunch, and dinner. But that's where everything is, and that's the bar. So the eating area here too is rather small, and you kind of have to queue up, or they'll take your room number, and then you just go sit at the bar, and when there's a table, they call your room number. So, but yes, there's not a big eating area. But if you can catch around, like, this is only about half of the resort we can see here. There's a few more on the rooms on the other side of that building, all this, and there's more rooms on the other side of this too. So, but all right, we'll take you in and we'll show you breakfast if we can get in there. Like I said, we're kind of early because of our tour today. And there's some of the rooms that face right out into to the ocean. Yeah, marina. Again, sorry about the glare. The sun's just coming up. But yeah, these ones here, we were actually up in that one, actually the double one in the middle, very top, and we weren't getting any Wi-Fi. The TV didn't work. It was, so they actually moved us. I complained. But with these ones here on the ground floor, they actually come with their own little swimming pool. So this is the breakfast buffet. Today it looks pretty good. Some basic stuff. That's chicken polo. Sure, refried beans. We got normal eggs, salsa eggs, some breads, and up there you have some cheese and your fruit. Yeah, that's the breakfast buffet. So, yeah, there you go. Now you've seen the breakfast buffet. Oh, good morning, everyone. So this is the resort we picked. This is a budget resort, by far the cheapest resort in the whole hotel zone. And this isn't really the hotel zone, it's just up a little bit from it, but we're still on the ocean. You don't really have a beach, but yeah, there's the outside, the name. Hotel Imperial Las Perlas. Don't know how to pronounce it. Yeah. And one of the things is when we came in the other day, we've been here for a couple days, there was tour buses everywhere, and there must have been close to 100 people. And what we've noticed with this place is it is very inexpensive. And keep in mind, like I always say, you get what you pay for. But they make a lot of money on their tours. As soon as we got here, they were trying to hustle tours to us right away. So yeah, that's pretty much what it is. And I haven't seen as many salespeople in any other place when we walked around as is in front of this hotel. When you walk in the front office area, the lobby, there's probably 6 people sitting there just waiting to sell you something. We hadn't even checked in, and we were already getting sold tours. So, but it is a budget, and if you don't want to, do you just say no? That's what it is. All right, we'll check out some more. We'll take you into the front lobby. So when you come in, that's basically what you see for the front lobby. There's the check-in. This goes out to the back. So yeah, there's the front lobby. Like I said, when you come in, they're going to be trying to sell you tours. There's one of the guys over there that sell tours. And yeah, be prepared for that. So this is what happened the first night we were here. You see there's no food. It's all gone. You know, you want to eat some onions? That's it. See? Nothing. So that's part of the thing that I'm not very impressed about. It's a little bit later today because we were out, but the other day we were early and there's no food. So basically, we've been here a couple nights, and this is the second night that there's been no food. So we pay $33 per person per day for an exclusive, all-inclusive. But you see that $33 we spent, and there's no food. I have no food. So remember when you're booking this place that if you get the all-inclusive, there's chances are there's going to be nights where you have no food. Oh, I can eat some spaghetti with no sauce, and there's some white rice there. You know, that's it. So yeah, not impressed. So that's, you know, we've only been here a couple days, and there's, you know, 2 meals that we didn't get to eat when we've paid for this stuff, and we're there, and there's no food. Like, I could have ate some spaghetti pasta with nothing on it and some white rice, and there were some old vegetables laying over in one of the things, but that's it. This is what you get for your $33 a day per person. They tell you get 3 meals. Now, we were gone for lunch. We're back here at 9:30 from our tour. We go to eat. There's spaghetti and white rice. Bullshit. Don't stay here. It's bad. It's bad. Okay, so we're in the motel room, and this is not the first one, but look at the size. This is a cockroach. It isn't an Asian cockroach. It doesn't have hands or anything, but yeah, great big, huge cockroach in the resort, and there's several of them. Cockroaches really don't bug me, but for the video, thought you'd wanna see there's cockroaches around the resort. Hey, buddy. So this is the view from our porch, patio, whatever you want to call it. So we're on the ground floor. Yeah, here's the view. It's kind of hard to get some of the footage around because they're playing music, and I know guaranteed you're going to get a copyright strike for that. So I'm going to try to keep talking to cover the music up. But yeah, we come out of our patio, we can go swimming right there, or the restaurant and bars that way. Yeah, here's our little area. Yeah. Lindsay and I sit out here. It's nice and cool. So yes, just sitting here now. I don't know. It's about I think about noon, and it's just really too hot to go out and do anything. So we're probably gonna hide for a few hours. But yeah, we were down on the beach there. And they approached us to go on a sailing trip, and you know we might take the sailing trip. It's a tour company too, right? And it's so. But yeah, it was. I think he said 60 US. We didn't do any bartering yet because we're not quite sure, but. Yeah, we might do some sailing here from the resort. Yeah, it's a beautiful day out. Hot, very hot. I think Lindsay's looking for the laundromat. Are you? No? Oh.
I already know where the laundromat is.
Yeah, we got to go do our do laundry. Yeah, we haven't quite. It says unlike Southeast Asia, it's not really geared toward. Well, it is geared toward tourism, but not kind of mobile tourism. Like in Southeast Asia, pretty much anywhere you are, you can just grab a tuk. Not Vietnam, but you grab a tuk-tuk, and you can go anywhere for a few dollars. Here to go, you got to walk or take a cab, and cabs are so super expensive here. But the laundromat's about just over about 45-minute walk, and it's too hot to walk, so we're gonna wait, I think, till later this evening. But if you were to jump in a cab, I told Lindsay he's gonna soak us, or they're gonna soak us. So yeah, we're debating on whether we're gonna walk or maybe try to take a bus or something. But yeah, right now too hot. Okay, so we're at Las Perlas. I think I'm pronouncing that right. Imperial Las Perlas, something like that. So I'll give you a little room tour. This is actually our second room, and you'll hear more at the end of the video of what happened. But we did switch rooms, and we took a second room. So I'll show you the room here, and it's very simple. It's big, very big. We got all the lights on, so it's nice and bright. Yeah, this is the room, and you can see it is a very large room. Very basic though. Now, one of the things is there's only 2 outlets in this whole area, and they're both right here. So we have our laptop plugged in and charging cell phones and stuff on that one. Yeah, very basic room. And closet here. I mean, we didn't use this, but very spacious for the, if you want to put some clothes and stuff in there. And yeah, just another closet up there. Yeah, very basic room. For cleanliness, the room, it was relatively clean. I'm not going to say it was really dirty. Now the bathroom was a little bit scummy, a little bit. Now this goes back to you get what you pay for. Now we've stayed in much cheaper places and had much better rooms, like for a quarter of the price. And this is the bathroom. You can see there's another outlet here that we had to charge Lindsay's cell phone on. And if you can hear that noise, that's from something outside the window. And that noise is constant. It goes on and off pretty much all day and all night. And it's pretty loud. They need to fix whatever's out there causing noise, because I guarantee everybody on this side of the room, this side of the building, can hear that. I'll take you into the shower. Now the shower is actually pretty big. The door doesn't stay closed properly. The shower head, it does leak and squirts over the door onto the floor, but it is a large shower. And the building this is one of the oldest resorts in Cancun, from what I've been told. So it's kind of in desperate need of a little TLC in here. But I will say air conditioner did work very well. Nice and cool in the room. The air conditioner did work. What we noticed is the last couple nights, there's actually been ice falling out of the air conditioner on to the table. So we had to remove all of our electronics because I had my cell phone there, I had a drink there, and all the ice, it was falling in, and I wasn't going to drink it. But yeah, there was water coming out and leaking onto the table, and actual ice. So yeah, I don't know. But we'll go outside and check out the balcony. All right, and this was our coming out. And there's Lindsay. So yeah, we had our own little private area out here in the balcony. And I'll show you, this was what it looked like from... I can see my camera's starting to fog up, but that's was ours. And this is our view looking out. Now I think I may just stop the video just so the steam can clear away. Normally it is a little more lively in the pool in the evenings. Tonight for some reason, yeah, there's not many people here. There's a few people over at the bar, but yeah, I'm gonna defog the camera and I'll be right back with you. All right, I'm back. I think just the humidity coming from the room outside fogged up right away. Also noticed when we came in here, there was this pot. It looks like there's a wine quart, and there was a paintbrush. And the maintenance guy, he's walked by several times to get the pool stuff beside our room to clean the pool, and he hasn't picked it up. And a few days ago, we noticed the paintbrush is gone, but the wine cork is still there in that pot. And I don't know why the guy wouldn't pick that up. It's obviously not supposed to be there. Now, we did go swimming in the pool, and you know, the pool's very small, and for how many guests are here, the pool is way too small. Same with, I think, the buffet area. There's just too many people were here, and there's not enough room. Now, the pool does have a slight chlorine smell, so you know they are putting some chlorine in it. And Lindsay and I did go for one swim when we were here, just to test the pool, and yeah, it was fine, but normally I don't swim in the pools anyway, so... we'll take her down here. This is going down toward the bar. I'm not going to quit talking because the music, I don't want to get a copyright strike. But, yeah, restaurant over there. And that's your bar area. And you go down to the beach that way. So yeah, that's you know, the resort at night. As I said, there's normally a lot more people swimming. I don't know why tonight when I decided to do the video, there's nobody in the pool. But maybe something going on, so. But yes, that's the room tour, and as I said, that is the second room. We didn't film the first room, and I'll talk a little more at the end of the video when I do the summary of our whole 1 week here. Good evening, everyone. So we're gonna do a little summary of our stay at Hotel Imperial Las Perlas. It's been a very interesting one, I don't even really know where to start, so maybe I'll start at the very beginning. And again, we're by the road. I tried to do it at night, so it's a little quieter. So we arrived a week ago, and we checked into the hotel. Now, basically, we paid for the room, and there's an it comes with a breakfast. That's included in the price. But you can also upgrade to an all-inclusive, and that will include your breakfast, lunch, supper, dinner, and drinks, believe it or not, alcohol. Yeah, there's a bar, and there's about a dozen cocktails you can pick from that are free, and you can get some cerveza, beer. Now, when we arrived, we hadn't even checked in yet, and they were already trying to sell us tours right away. Like, we hadn't even checked in and we're being approached to take tours. Now, when we first got here, we went up to our first room. We actually switched rooms. I'm not even sure how much you can see me here. But when we got to the first room, the first thing we noticed is our balcony door didn't lock, and we were on an adjoining balcony. And that's right there was pretty unacceptable for me. I don't know who my neighbors are. And we go out a lot and tour around, and I can't leave all my equipment and, you know, laptop, you know, cell phones, cameras. So I went to the front desk and said, hey, you know, my balcony doesn't lock, and I can't have that. So I will say they came up, the maintenance guy came up right away, and it turns out he had to change the whole locking mechanism. It was all broke. So Lindsay and I, you know, thank you week. She gave him a tip for, you know, doing that for us. We went out and did a little wandering around. And then when we came back later in the evening, we decided we'll go have dinner real quick. And that was about 8 o'clock. The dinner opened 7 to 10. So we went 8 o'clock. And yeah, there was virtually nothing there. For dinner, you had, most of the trays were empty. So we had pasta, spaghetti pasta, and no sauce. I think there was a little bit of cheese, but yeah, it was just pasta noodles. There was some white rice and taco shells. And the funny thing is they came out and filled up the taco shells that were only half empty, but there was nothing to put on the tacos, unless you were going to put spaghetti and rice on it. So that was the first dinner. So we finished up the dinner and thought, okay, well, we'll go up to our room and kind of relax, and, you know, tomorrow's a whole new day. So we get up to the room and we find out, well, the Wi-Fi doesn't work. And I'm just, oh, geez, you know, it was horrible. It would connect and drop right away. You couldn't do anything on the internet. So I said, well, all right, well, you know, let's watch some TV and relax. And yes, the TV worked. You could turn it on, but the cable didn't work. So we had no internet and no cable. So I was not very impressed. And you probably seen from the video earlier that I was pretty upset about the whole thing. So I went down and I said, hey, you know, the internet's not working, the TV is not working. So they send the same maintenance guy up. He messed around with the TV for about, I don't know, 10 minutes. And he says, I have to go downstairs and check the wiring. And I said, all right, you know, thank you. Well, we're waiting and waiting, and yeah, he didn't come back. And I'm thinking, well, what's going on? So I went back down to the front desk and I said, yeah, what's going on with the TV and the internet? And we were told by the front desk guy that, yeah, we have to wait till tomorrow. And I'm thinking, well, you know, we're upstairs in our room waiting. You know, someone could have told us that, you know, we can't fix it now, wait till tomorrow. And that's another thing. That's customer service. Those are those little things to me that make the difference. And I guess as a budget resort, that's what Las Perlas thinks is acceptable. I'm not sure. So I did go downstairs and basically said, I want to cancel. I want to cancel. I even said it's false advertising. When I look at the pictures online, and you know, there was a little bit of give and take for these things, but it was completely not like what the pictures were. So I said, I want my money back. I want a refund. We're leaving tomorrow. And the front guy said, well, you got to contact your agent. And I'm, what do you mean, my agent? Turns out he meant the Expedia. And I'm going to say this now, I'll never use Expedia again either, because that's they screwed up our flight seats, and we paid for it. And the motel, we told them we want a refund. This is not, it's false advertising. And they told us that they would get a hold of the hotel. Then they were saying, well, the hotel's not answering. Well, very noisy. They did change our room. And I will say the new room was a bit bigger. We did have Wi-Fi. It's not very fast. So if you plan on, you know, watching some videos or something, good luck. And the TV did work, but of course it's all Spanish except for, I think, a music channel. But you know, oh yes, and the other room had no water pressure. The new room had a little bit of water pressure, but you couldn't have a shower, flush the toilet, or brush your teeth. You had to do one or the other and wait. So if you flush the toilet and you want to wash your hands, you have to wait for the toilet to fill up, because it's just a trickle of water coming out of the tap. So the second night, the day, it was you know, pretty much the same. The dinner was not good at all. And Lindsay and I actually got a little bit of food poisoning from the first night, and we don't know what it was, because there was really nothing there to eat. So one of those few items we think gave us food poisoning. It wasn't horrible, just you know, a little bit of cold sweats and a little bit of nausea. Nobody threw up. I think Lindsay said she dry heaved a little bit, but so I'm pretty sure we had food poisoning. Now, somewhere on I'd say by day 4, something changed. And I found out just recently, very noisy, that Expedia had contacted them asking for a refund. So basically the hotel is telling us, well, you have to contact Expedia to get the refund. And Expedia was trying to contact the hotel to get the refund. And in the end, I'll maybe put it up, the email I got from Expedia. So on the first night, we asked for a refund for the next day onward, and the hotel refused. They refused to give us a refund. So, you know, after spending the money, I didn't want to leave. The second night, again, food was not very good. Third night, the food was not very good. We didn't get sick, though, at least. And I said to Lindsay on, I think, the third day that I've lost all hope. And we actually ended up eating elsewhere. We took a tour to Chichen Itza, and I'll do another video on that. And by the time we got back, it was 9:30, so a half an hour before the buffet closed. And again, there was no food for us. So we had to go spend almost $100 to eat. Not impressed. We paid for an all-inclusive, but there was no food. Now on the 4th day, something did change. I'm not sure if the call from Expedia or something, but even the way we got treated totally changed. When we were going to get our food, there's very noisy. It's actually usually not this noisy late at night, go figures. But the girls doing the serving, I don't know. I think they need to go have training. And I understand there is a language barrier. They spoke a little bit of English, but you know, customer service is not just about being able to talk. It's about, you know, service. There was one day where we asked the lady for a cup of coffee, and she actually kind of looked disgusted at us and walked away. And I thought, okay, well, she's going to get our coffee. She actually didn't get the coffee for us. Another server came up and asked us, and we said, yeah, we'd like a cup of coffee. And she did go get our coffee. But yeah, the girl just left and didn't get her coffee. Like, wow. That was the third day. So I think something happened on the 4th day with us complaining and wanting to cancel. I think there might have been a staff meeting. And they also found out we were YouTubers. And I got to be honest, after that it changed. And that's not the way it should be. You know, you shouldn't have to complain. You shouldn't have to, you know, oh, you're a YouTuber, now they're going to treat you differently. But on the 4th day, something did change. And if you notice, I don't know if you noticed in the background how many police are going by. But after that first day or 2 experience, I did my review and I gave them a 1. And I said, don't ever come here. Like, all this is a money grab. They want to sell you overpriced tours. And when you go on the tours, you're missing out on your all-exclusive. The tour for us left at 7:20. Now the breakfast opened at 7 o'clock, but they're not quite ready yet. So we managed to actually get a coffee and some quick eats, and out the door we went. But yes, anyways, by the time we got to that 4th day and we did notice something had changed, even the servers were now greeting us and asking us if we wanted anything, how is everything? So I do believe the complaint spurred something, and I think they probably had a staff meeting and said, hey, that white couple out there are complaining and they want to cancel, you know, go treat them better or something, because there was a very marked change day 1, 2, 3, and then when we hit day 4, and Lindsay, she noticed it too. There was a big change. With that, I would change my review slightly. The food on the 4th, 5th, 6th, and now tonight is our last night, was much better, much better. The selection, we were going literally at 7:15. So that's one thing I'll say. If you do come here, again, I'm being very honest, I would never come back here myself. But if you want food, you have to go right away. And it's a buffet, but yeah. If you're more than an hour, we showed up, like I said, 8 o'clock and there was no food left. And they are refilling things, but as I said, they bring taco shells. There already is taco shells. We need stuff to put in the tacos, not just rice and spaghetti. So, you know, the experience was, in the beginning, very negative. And I actually even said that to them. We're not enjoying ourselves. This is not an enjoyable experience when we're getting sick, we're not getting food, we have no Wi-Fi, we have no TV. And I think they did try to correct it. But again, you shouldn't have to go to those lengths to actually get minimal service. We pay for this stuff, and I felt we weren't getting what we paid for. So with that said, I would change my review to maybe say 2.5 out of 5, maybe 2. Now, there was a couple people that, again, it's one of I want to give a big shout out to one of the servers. It was actually a gentleman. Like I said, the women, the females were not very good. They were just very cold, and like I said, you work, say, hey, can we get some coffee? And they don't even bring it. There was one gentleman working in the eating area, the restaurant, and if Perlas watches this, the gentleman's name was Alex. And it's funny because, again, the difference in service, the friendliness between Alex and everybody else was night and day. It was night and day.
Well, I would say all the men gave good service.
Yeah, the men were better at serving than the women, and much more pleasant and happy and welcoming and thank you. And that goes a long way. It's again, that doesn't take much to do that. It doesn't cost you money to have your servers smile and be polite and serve your coffee if you ask for it. But what I would suggest Perlas does is go talk to Alex, and maybe Alex should be training some of the other staff. Now, when we noticed Alex was, just a great server and going above and beyond and very quick and just constantly moving around the restaurant helping the customers, we actually said, well, it was Lindsay said, he probably has a family, and that's why he needs the job. And well, we asked him tonight. Again, great server. Alex, I give you a big shout out. You kind of changed some of the mark that Perlas got. We asked him, I said, hey, do you have a family? And he says, oh yeah, see, he goes, I have 5 children. And there you go. The guy's working to provide for his family, and you can see the difference there. So Alex, and I don't want to home anybody out, but Perlas, if you watch this and you want to change your customer service experience, I would have Alex do a little training session with the rest of your servers. And it wasn't all of them. Like there was another guy at the bar. He was pretty good. Israel was pretty good. Again, mentioning another name. We didn't have much interaction with the bar staff. We drink a little bit while we were here, but we're not big drinkers. But Israel was very nice, very kind, quick service. But Alex, by far, took the cake here. And again, I'm going to stress, Alex should train some of your staff on how to provide customer service. But that's really all I got to say about Perlas. And from all the travel we've done, and we understand this is budget travel, but it doesn't cost much to, if you advertise Wi-Fi, make sure your Wi-Fi at least sort of works. If you're advertising an all-inclusive, make sure you have food for all the guests. These are just small things. But in all honesty, the stay got better. And I think that's only because the staff were told. But I would never stay here again. And what I will say, I'm going to try to keep a bit positive. But if you're someone who maybe drank a lot, maybe that $33 extra for the all-inclusive, because you have an open bar, would be more worth it. And of course, if you drink a whole bunch and, get intoxicated, the food's not going to taste so bad. So it's double there.
The bar does close at 10 p.m.
Yeah, and that's another thing that I was going to mention is the bar, it closes at 10 o'clock. So again, I think there's pros and cons to that. Having the bar close early means, there's not going to be a bunch of drunk people around. But again, at 10 o'clock, that's it. There's no more drinks service. There's no more food. That's it. That's it. At 10 o'clock, go to your room and close the door, and we'll see you tomorrow. But that's really all I got to say about Perlas. And I will say, out of all the places we stayed, like Dewa, if you watch my Dewa video, We paid $50 Canadian per night. That was a 5-star resort and unbelievable place. Highly recommend. We paid over $100 for this place per night, and yeah, it was not very good. And like I said, I think they tried to change, but it was too late by then. I also received an email from Expedia because they tried to get us a refund, and the hotel refused. Now remember, we asked for the refund on night 1, and the front staff, the gentleman working the front staff, said, oh, you have to contact your agent. And we did that, and they refused to refund the money. I think that's disgusting, actually. I think that's disgusting, and that's why I would not recommend the resort. Again, I don't want to recommend something that I don't believe in. Trying to be truthful here, I will never stay there again. But that's the video. I hope you liked it. And yeah, like I said earlier, we're back. We're having fun tonight. Everybody singing. Our last night, and it got really lively. I was out earlier and nobody was here. Okay, so we just checked out of Las Perlas, and just my GoPro won't turn on, and we just fully charged it. I'm hoping it's just moisture, but anyways, I'm using my cell phone now to do this video. I want to do a quick update. So we just checked out, and there's a gentleman at the front desk. His name's Hassel. He's been the gentleman who we've actually been complaining to. He's been there every time we've complained. So we go up to the desk, and he's talking to a lady staff member just to the side, and there's a young gentleman about to check us out. And I said, hey, Hassel, you know, are you busy? And he looks at me and goes, yeah. And I said, oh, okay. And I think he made a comment to the girl, like, doesn't it look like I'm busy? That's what I'm telling you about customer service. For the minute it would have took just, you know, to say, hey, what's up? But again, Las Perlas is lacking several basic things when it comes to customer service. Again, I'm just going to stress, don't stay there. Your best to spend a little bit more and actually get what you paid for, get, you know, fed, and to get some customer service. And it's not asking too much. But anyways, that's the end of the video.